Today's video is meal prep. It is a massive meal prep. I have filmed this over 3 days, not because I wanted to, but just because that's how things worked out. I started with 4 kilos of beef mince from Costco, started cooking. Some of that we ate on the night, some of that we ate the next day, then some of it that I made into meals, some of it I froze, and then I got onto the chicken, and then I got onto sausages and made all sorts of different things. So if you want to see how I threw together these meals, this is a typical Michelle meal prep. It's where I just don't know what I'm doing, I just get started and I just go for it. So if you want to see this meal prep, messy cook meal prep, then with a quite fabulous result, then let's do this. I have 1 hour and then I need to start getting ready to go out. I'm going out tonight, but I have to meal prep. I have to do a meal prep. I have to start meal prep. There's meat that needs to be meal prepped or frozen, so I have to get something done. So I'm going to get started on this meal prep video. I'm not going to finish it today, but I'm going to get started and I'll film as we go. Let's do this. This can be a job for tomorrow, but sometimes the children eat all the bananas and some weeks they just don't eat the bananas. So normally I freeze them before they get to this stage, but now I haven't, so I need to cook up something with the bananas, but that won't be today because there's more important things to cook. Okay, onions and water boiling, so we can't go wrong with that, and I'm going to get some mince out and use the mince. Okay, so we've got some mince cooking in here, and then this is totally unexpected, but because I'm so pressed for time, I've just thrown all the rest of the mince into this big pot, and I'm just going to cook it. So I don't know, I think between the 2 pots, I think it was 4 kilos of mince. So it's probably maybe close to 2 in here, maybe close to 2 in here. And then I've put the pasta over here. So I'm just going for it. So this one's got onions in it first and then the mince. I've just thrown the mince into here. So I'm just going to add an onion now. I've got some red peppers I'm going to throw in. I've got some spinach over here I need to throw in at some stage. I've got some broccoli I want to put in. So I'm just going to do all that, just throw those things in and just get it cooking, and then I'll add tomatoes and just basically make the same thing. Lots of herbs, garlic, tomatoes, passata sauce, maybe some tomato paste, and just make some nice richy sort of pasta sort of mince. And then I might actually now I'm changing my mind. Maybe I'll make this one more savory, that I can use for like a potato bake, and then maybe this one I can use for lasagna and for pasta. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll just keep moving. Okay, so I literally threw diced tomatoes and a whole bag of frozen broccoli and a whole thing of passata sauce into here. What I've got to do is the garlic, and I've got to add the herbs and spices, but we'll just let that do its thing. I better start dealing. Oops. God, my stovetop needs a clean. I need to do this one now. And put some pasta in. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't clean the stove this morning because this is becoming such a mess as I'm going so fast. This is gorgeous. I'm just simmering that away. This is coming along nicely, and this is coming along nicely too, and I'm still undecided about what I'm going to do with this. So I'm just trying to think about it. Yes, I'm still not sure. My brain's not working because I'm already thinking about, I've just been trying to track Tom down because he's got to get ready to go out tonight. And Jessica's might be on standby. She's in Queensland and she's meant to be catching a plane back, but she might have to go on standby because the flight's overbooked. And there's just lots on my mind. So, and I haven't even been able to, spend some time thinking about what I'm even going to wear tonight, but that's pretty normal. Okay, I'll keep cooking. Okay, so if I can show you, it's just smelling divine. It's got the spinach, it's got garlic, onions, and it's just simmering away in its own juice. It's beautiful. But I'm thinking I'm just going to leave this to cool like this and then cook with it later, if that makes sense. Because I haven't got time. I don't want to rush it because I want to make this into a few different things. I want to do a scallop potato. I would like to do maybe rice, or even maybe some taco, some chili. I'm not sure, but it's just got its base flavors at the moment. So I'm thinking of just putting that to cool somewhere. And then of course that's just about done, and that's just about done. And then I can get ready to go out. So I'm thinking that's a good idea. I think my mum used to do that. And then in the morning when this cools down, it has a layer of fat, you can take that off as well. So yeah, Oh my gosh, I've made such a mess. Look, look, look. I feel sorry for the person that's going to clean up after me. Oh, that's right, it's me. Okay, so I've peeled some potatoes and put them in a pot, and I'm going to slice those up and make some sort of scallop potatoes with some of the mince. And we are a day later, so I've now still got that mince in the pot. I made a pasta bake, and I don't know if I shared the end result. I made a pasta bake with the pasta, and the boys have been eating that across today, and I've still got heaps left. And yeah, so now I'm going to do scallop potatoes, and I think I'm going to do some sausages because I really want to finally use this up. And it just basically says cook the sausages and add the sauce, and you're done pretty much. So of course I'll be adding something else like spinach or broccoli. Let's get the cheesy sauce made for the scallop potatoes. I'm totally making this up. Totally making this up. Okay, so this is the cheese sauce. I just winged it. It looks gorgeous, so that's fine. So throwing this together. I don't really feel like meal prepping tonight, but I have to. So, and I'm gonna love it that it's done when it's done, but at the moment I'm not loving it. Sliced up some potatoes. I put some of the mince on top. Now I'm gonna do another layer of potato. Then I put the sauce all over the top, and then I'm going to cover it in grated cheese, and then I'm gonna bake it. Baby. And I've got the sausages in the oven at the moment cooking for the other thing that I'm doing, the curried sausages. Okay, so I'm going to put this into the oven to bake now, covered in tin foil, and I'm just going to add to the top some barbecue lovers, Mingle's barbecue lovers seasoning. So I'd probably normally use like a smoky paprika, so this should sort of do the same sort of idea, and maybe I might even sprinkle a little bit of garlic salt on the top as well. Okay, so I've grabbed some more of the mince out of the pot, and I've got one portion left. So with this one, I'm going to do a taco flavor, and I'm just going to do it naturally. I'm just going to do it off a recipe and just do it myself rather than use a packet mix thing. So let me show you the recipe I'm going to use. So this is it here, so I'm just going to throw this in now. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of stock, I think, to this, and then with all these spices, and then let it simmer away. No, I'm not using stock, I'm using water, and I'm going to use tomato paste. That seems the perfect way to do it, so that's what I'm going to do. Excited, this has turned out delicious. It tastes delicious, it smells delicious, so I'm going to let this cool, and then I'm going to bag it and freeze it. So yeah, very excited about this taco mince. I just got the sausages out of the oven. I just love saying out of the oven since I didn't have an oven for 2 months. It sounds so exciting, getting it out of the oven. Okay, so for the final bit of mince, I just remembered I've had these gluten-free lasagna sheets for ages, and I really wanted to use them, but I needed the oven. So with this last bit of mince, there we are, focused, I'm going to create lasagna. And I'm just going to make it really vegetable based. So I'm going to add in broccoli, like big pieces of broccoli and carrots and that with this mince here, and then just make a really hugely vegetable, mincy, gluten-free lasagna. Okay, so let's talk about this. So I added in half a jar of passata sauce, 1 tin of tomatoes, some tomato paste. No, I haven't, but I will. Italian herbs, garlic, broccoli, carrots. I think that's all. There's already onions and everything in the mince already. So let's just stir this up and get this bubbling away. And let's make a lasagna. It's not a real lasagna, of course. It's just a zesty lasagna. Just make it up as I go along. As long as it looks sort of like lasagna, it's lasagna. As far as I'm concerned, yes. Okay, so I actually added another half a bottle of passata sauce and some basil, fresh basil, not fresh basil, this one, because I just love this one. And yeah, and I've got stevia in there for a bit of sweet, and yeah, it's all just simmering away. I'm not going to open it because it's going to steam up my camera, but yes, it's all going gorgeous. Okay, so here is my lasagna. I did a thin layer on the bottom, then some lasagna sheets, and then some more mince on top, and I'm going to do another layer of lasagna, and I've got one more layer of mince to go on top. But I'm just going to actually put some grated cheese down as well, and then keep going. Okay, so I'm going to put tin foil on this, and I'm going to put it into the oven. Okay, so the potato dish has come out, and I've taken the tin foil off, and I've put some grated cheese on the top, and I'm going to put it back into bake for another few minutes. And in the beautiful oven is the lasagna. So that's going to go in there now. And that's all the mince used up. Okay, so I've chopped the sausages up, and I'm just going to add the curry sauce, and then I'm not going to bother with broccoli. I'm probably just going to add some spinach because that will easily, maybe some grated carrot. Yes, that's what we'll do because that should easily like cook really fast. And the sausages are already cooked, so I don't want to leave it simmering for too long. And it's ready. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, and this is how I'm plating it up for the boys tonight. So they've got the potato bake with the mince here, and then they've got a side salad of butter leaf lettuce and cucumber and tomato, and they have a bit of this sauce that they love from Aldi on top of the salad. And that's how we're plating that up tonight for the boys. Oops, we're fogging up. Okay, so this is the curry sausages with spinach and carrot added. And I'm just making some rice to go with that, and I think that's going to be great to have in the fridge as meals for the children when they're in and out during the day. Stop saying it.
Is this one going out dark?
Yes. All is happening here tonight. This is the taco mince. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Taco mince going into the freezer. Okay, the lasagna is done, and I think I'm going to freeze it for a meal for this week. Lucas is enjoying his potatoes. Second helping, just saying. Okay, good morning. Good morning. I'm up nice and early, and it's rubbish day. So I've just got the chicken thighs and the chicken breast that I'm going to meal prep with this morning, and I've just taken them out of their packing so I can get the packing into the rubbish. Same with the ham. I've just put the ham into here and put that away in the fridge because I didn't really get round to unpacking my grocery shopping properly last week because I just got too busy. I'm going to do the same now with bananas. I'm going to cook with the bananas this morning, but I'm just going to take them out of their banana skins so I can get those out in the rubbish. So that's just what I'm doing now, just going through the fridge and just getting rid of packaging basically so that we can start the week out the right way. Okay, so what I've decided to do is a stroganoff from Mingle. I've got 2 packets of it, so that will go with a kilo of chicken. So I've just diced up a kilo of chicken breast, and then I've got some mushrooms that I need to use up. So it needs mushrooms, it needs sour cream, tomato paste, which I've got, and it says spinach as well. So it says you pick mushrooms and spinach. You pick mushrooms maybe or spinach. Okay, we'll do both. So I'm just going to cook this up now, and then we'll continue. Here's my diced onions that I've just chopped up, and I'm going to cook in the big pot today because I'm really enjoying cooking in this big pot. So I'm going to do it again today with this. I think when I'm cooking up to a kilo, it just makes it easier in this big pot. I'm going to use my big stick that I've bought. Okay, so I've just added the mushrooms. Now adding 2 packets of this Mingle stroganoff. Adding 600 mils of stock. Now I'm going to add the spinach now, and I'm going to then cover and simmer for 20 minutes. And then the sour cream goes in last. Okay, so I've got these keto sachets that I got really cheap at the supermarket, and they look really healthy. So got no sugar, no cane sugar. So what I'm going to do is it says on the back to use, let me see, it says on the back to use 500 grams of diced chicken and 200 grams of diced vegetables. Well, I've got a 300 gram chicken breast left, so I'm just going to mix those up and do more vegetables and less chicken. And then I'm going to create this baby. And then I've actually got another sachet, and I'm going to use it with the tofu. Okay, so there's approximately 400 grams of vegetables. I'm just going to throw that in with the chicken. Carrots, capsicum and broccoli, and mushrooms. That looks fantastic, and then I'm just going to add the sauce now and let it simmer. Okay, one lot of that sachet was not going to work with the amount of vegetables and chicken I used, even though that was sort of as per the recipe. So yes, I've put 2 sachets in, and I'm just going to add some spinach, and then it should actually sort of work out okay. But it smells great, and it looks great. So, but the 1 sachet wasn't even going to cover the vegetables and the chicken, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And on the actual recipe, on that side, it says 200 grams of vegetables, but then it doesn't actually say to put the vegetables in the instructions. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we're simmering with the lid on, so we've got that done. Okay, so when I uncovered this, I felt that there was a lot of sauce still. So in a very last minute decision, it said cook for the last few minutes with the lid off. So in a last minute decision, I decided to add 250 grams of tofu to this. So now it's high protein again, it's got chicken, it's got tofu, and then all the veggies as well. So this is going to be amazing. So it's now smelling and looking delicious. And so here's the stroganoff, it's just finished simmering, and I'm just adding the sour cream, and I'm just about to stir all that together. Okay, so on the Mingle packet, they had the stroganoff served with like spiral pasta. So because my stroganoff's a bit watery, because I had to use tomatoes instead of tomato paste. I had a little bit of tomato paste, but then I just used some tinned tomatoes. So it's got a bit watery. So I figure I'm just going to cook this pasta, gluten-free pasta, and then I'm going to add it into the stroganoff so it looks a lot like the one that was on the packet. So that's my plan for this. I'm just dicing up some more chicken and weighing it because I'm about to make a curry. And this is ready to go in the fridge. Jessica's going to so love me for making this. She's just going to love it. Okay, so next we're using this red curry paste and we're going to make chicken curry, chicken and vegetable curry. So I'm not sure, I've got so much chicken, so it says 4 tablespoons of curry paste for 200 grams of meat and a can of coconut milk. So I've measured out 600. I'm just going to see if I can get how many tablespoons I can get out of this jar. So it's about 8 tablespoons. So I'm just going to, you cook this up for a minute and then you add coconut cream. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to stir fry this and then I'm going to add 2 tins of coconut cream. Okay, and now time to add the chicken and time to add the vegetables. So it's 200 grams of vegetables, 200 grams of chicken, but of course I'm doubling the recipe. Here's my diced up chicken, 400 grams of veggies going in. Okay, and that is simmering away. It smells so divine. It smells amazing. So I'm going to do, with the rest of the chicken, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do a green curry. Okay, and that's the red curry. I'm thinking I'm going to freeze these meals because I've got a roast lamb to do for tonight, but we'll talk about it in a moment when I finish. Things are looking good. And here we go again with the Massaman, I can never say this word, Massaman curry. 400 grams of veggies, 400 grams of chicken, and same deal, we're just going to let that simmer away nicely. And then I'm going to think about, I've got about another 400 grams of chicken left, and I've got 2 slices of bacon, so I'm thinking of doing a carbonara with what's left. Okay, so that's the next one's finished, and I'm just about to do the chicken carbonara. So let's get going. Been cooking fatigue at the moment, but I know it's going to be worth it. Cooking up the chicken, pasta cooking at the back. Cutting up some vegetables for it. Cooking up nicely the chicken. I've just added garlic. I can't believe I almost forgot the garlic. So I just added garlic and pepper and salt and the vegetables. Okay, I just added in cream. Need to get out of the shadow. Just added in cream and what else am I? Oh, grated cheese. I'm just going to add in the grated cheese now. Okay, cream and cheese and everything is in there and it's ready to go. And I'm just draining the pasta and then I'll put it all together. Recording. You're recording, okay. So this is the chicken carbonara finished. I'm just going to put more grated cheese on top, and this will be something that I'm going to keep in the fridge and eat sort of now because I don't really like freezing this type of meal. Okay, and the last one I'm doing with the last bit of tofu is this green curry from Mingle. So I've got everything started already. There it is. I've got tofu, I've got onion, I've got broccoli. I think I might just add some carrots and then I'll add the Mingle sauce. Okay, and that is cooking and I'm just going to simmer that away and see how it turns out. I had to add in coconut cream and stock, and I added in just a little bit too much stock because there's just a little bit left. So I added it in, but I probably shouldn't have. But hopefully it will reduce a bit. Okay, it is in the afternoon and I am just making a huge batch of muffins. So it's banana. I've got about 8 bananas in here. I've got 6 eggs. I've got just over 6 cups of almond flour. I've got almond meal in here. I've got a little bit of LSA powder. I've got rice syrup. What else? Vanilla essence, cinnamon, coconut oil. And I'll be adding in chocolate chips, and then I'll be putting them into muffin tins and cooking. And these have turned out so perfect, these banana muffins. All the bananas have been used. I've made so many muffins here, and each and every one of them's turned out perfect. And it was a new recipe for me. I actually made it up on the spot. I added some things like LSA powder and things that I don't normally add to my muffins. And they've just turned out so amazing. So I'm going to share the recipe on the Empowered Health Hub, which is my new Facebook group. And if you want to join, if you're on a health journey or anything, if you love anything to do with health, pop into my free Facebook group. It's a community, we're sort of hanging out there, so if you want to come over, I'll put the link down below. But the recipe for these gorgeous muffins will be there. And of course, you're probably wondering how the lamb turned out in my new oven. This is it here. I'm about to carve it up. It's turned out gorgeous. I've sort of killed it here and here, trying to check that it was cooked. But it's turned out beautiful. I've had it wrapped in tin foil to keep it cooking because it was a little bit rare inside. Well, quite a lot rare inside, but now it's gorgeous. And I'm just cooking some roast potatoes at the moment, and I'm going to cut this up and serve it with broccoli. So there we go. I also cooked and put some of the muffins into these little mini muffin trays, and I think if anything, it's just helped me to decide that I'm getting rid of the trays because, yeah, they're really hard to get out. And even though it was a non-stick tray, they're really hard to get out, and they're too small, and yeah, I'm not very impressed. But as I said, the other muffins turned out perfect. Okay, so here's the final result. We've got the beef stroganoff. We've got, not beef stroganoff, I made chicken stroganoff. We've got chicken red curry, messamum curry with chicken. We've got chicken tofu veggie satay. We've got chicken and bacon and ham carbonara. And we've got tofu green curry. And I've made some rice. So there we go. That's meal prep. In the freezer from last night's meal prep, I've got a lasagna. So this will be frozen, these two will be frozen, and the rest will be on hand. I've also in the fridge from previous meal prep still got the pasta bake, the beef pasta bake, and I think that's all that's left now. And I've got a lamb roast that I'm cooking for tonight. So that's why these will go into the freezer. So that's all my cooking done. We've basically used up everything that I bought at Costco and at Aldi as far as meat goes. I've used up all the vegetables that needed to be eaten. So now I've just got fresh veggies left. And yeah. Oh, and I forgot the satay. I made the satay as well, which is in the freezer in a bag. And the lasagna, and then all of these, and then the curried sausages, and then the pasta bake, and the scallop potatoes with the beef, which we had for dinner last night. So that was everything that's been made over 3 days. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. See ya. Bye.